Welcome to the Falls Homefront, where Wichita Falls leads in North Texas real estate, business, and life. I'm Tim Lockhart, retired Air Force officer, realtor, and your local real estate and business strategist. Every week, I'm shining a spotlight on people, places, and opportunities that make our community thrive. You'll hear real estate tips, market insights, and inspiring conversations with local leaders, entrepreneurs, and fellow military veterans. Whether you're a homeowner, investor, military family, or brand new to the area, you'll get the expert advice, community connections, and local insights you won't find anywhere else. Let's get started. Welcome to the Falls Homefront. I'm Tim Lockhart, and I appreciate you tuning in. We've got a great episode today full of practical tips and local insights that you won't want to miss. Today, I'm so excited to welcome our guests, Chad and Christa Cooper. Chad and Krista are owners of the Duck Coffee Company in Wichita Falls, Texas, a specialty cafe known for its fresh roasted, organic, fair trade coffees and locally made crepes and gelato. Chad is a retired U.S. Air Force Master Sergeant. He served over 20 years in aerospace maintenance and leadership roles, earning multiple Meritorious service and air and space Commendation medals. Today, Chad and Krista combine their dedication to excellence and service with a passion for crafting exceptional coffee and building community. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Will you tell us a little bit about your journey from active duty Air Force to being an entrepreneur? What inspired you to open the Duck Coffee Company?
Yeah, so we actually started this business while we were active duty. We were PCSing from New Hampshire, and on our drive, we were talking about how much we miss coffee because Krista's parents owned a coffee shop back in Minnesota, and my mother and I we were managers for the competition, so we kind of joked we were Romeo and Juliet of Central Minnesota coffee world.
Oh, wow.
Big world.
But yeah, Krista's also managed a Starbucks at Offutt Air Force Base. And so as we were PCS and driving, we were like, man, we really miss that. And so we prayed for an opportunity to get back into coffee. And when I show up, Ted Clough was my immediate supervisor. And he hands me a cup of coffee. And I take a sip and I'm like, man, this is so good. I know you didn't get it at the commissary. Where'd you get it?
Yeah.
And that's when he told me that he had a roasting business, Odd Duck Coffee, and he was just roasting. And I was like, okay. All right, God, we prayed about it. Where do we go from here? And my goal for retirement was grow a beard, which I'm on month 1, have a ponytail, smoke cigars, and roast coffee. Probably not going to do the ponytail, but that was just really an answer to prayer. And so I had a conversation with Krista. We talked, and we told Teddy and his wife, Andrea, if they ever had a desire to open a coffee shop, we'd love to help out. We know the menu. We know the coffee shop side. We didn't know the roasting. And so that was August of 2016. And then Odd Duck opened in March of 2017. And we didn't have the means to become partners, but we put some blood, sweat, and tears in it with Teddy and Andrea. And then he got medically retired from the Air Force. And they went back to Florida, and Krista was running the shop. I was roasting and K-cupping. And as you can imagine, someone who's retired on the beaches of Florida, not thinking a whole lot about the business in Wichita Falls. And this natural friction and frustration. So we prayed, and God gave us a number. And I called up Teddy and I was like, hey man, would you sell the business for X amount? And he didn't hesitate or anything. And he was like, yep. And so we actually took over as owners in May of 2019. So I was a tech school instructor at the time, right before I became a first sergeant. So that's how we got into the coffee shop.
That's an interesting story. Yeah, that's great to see a testimony like that about how God works in those ways. It's really neat. Yeah. What leadership or discipline skills have you carried from your Air Force career into being a business owner?
Man, we could, as you probably remember, we could literally spend hours talking about this. But I think a few things that really help out. One of my good buddies, Doyle, he's a retired Chief Master Sergeant. He helped me to really realize how to filter what's important, what's not. What do you need to freak out about, and what can you just let your subordinates or the employees just handle? And as a small business owner, like, you can figuratively smash your head against the wall at night thinking about stuff. But if you build that skill set to filter, all right, these are the things I need to lose sleep on. These are the things I need to say, hey kids, look, we know we had something planned, but because of our priority and our mission as a family, we got to handle this with the business. And probably the second thing is retired Senior Master Sergeant Eli Lopez. When I was a young staff sergeant, he said, if you can view your airman as a card. And when I use the word use, I don't mean it in the negative, but he said, if you know them and know their strengths and their weakness, then as a leader, you're going to be able to know how to use your airmen, or in this case with the duck, the employees, use their strengths when it's needed to get the win that the coffee shop needs. And spending time knowing your people and knowing how to set them up for success, setting yourself up for success.
Yeah, that's good. There are lots of things that translate.
Yeah, core
lots
values.
Of things that are different. There's a whole lot of things that are different, but there's a lot of things that are the same. That's good. Yeah, for the listeners out there who might not know about your coffee, what makes your coffee stand out in the local market?
Yeah, so would you like to?
We're as fresh roasted as it gets. So anywhere, a lot of the local places here serve really good coffee. But if you want something that's roasted yesterday right in your own backyard, that's us. And every origin that we have, we only do single origin. We don't work with like flavoring or blends or anything unless it's a special request. But every origin, when we try something new, we take our time to really roast it until we get all the flavors that that origin is trying to speak to you. We don't want to cover it up or mute it or anything. So we try and make it so that every bean that you get, whether it's Mexico or Colombia or Peru, you're going to taste where it came from.
And we don't mass. We do it small batch.
Small batch only, yep.
So where Folgers or Maxwell House will roast 100 to 150 pounds at a time, we're doing 8, which we can see and smell the beans. It's not computerized.
Yeah, our machine, we don't do the program Bluetooth stuff. We're in charge of all the dials.
Really?
Yeah.
And those are great features, not putting those down.
Oh, yeah, they would be lovely.
But you also, like, it's an art just like anything, roasting coffee. And so we take pride in being able to look at the bean as it goes in green and then it turns to yellow and then it starts to get to that nice brown. The water is separating from the bean and you start to hear it pop and then it turns into that nice dark black coffee. To be able to see and hear it through the process is something that we're both proud of.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. Could you explain what a roasting profile is and how do you select one for your coffee?
Yeah, so that is what most roasters will keep locked in a safe. But it is the temperature at which you drop the beans to start cooling because they're done. Roasting coffee is a lot like You could compare it to cooking a steak. So if you have a small steak, it's going to cook a lot quicker compared to you get a T-bone steak that could take 15, 30 minutes depending on how you like it. Same with coffee. The denser the bean, the longer we can roast it. For example, our Guatemala, if you were to come to our shop and look at our Guatemala green bean compared to our Ethiopia Sidamu, it would be, I don't know, like a dime size compared to a fingernail size. And so, again, anytime you cook, the denser something is, the more you can cook it and not lose its flavor. And so, Krista and I, when we get a new bean, we get 99% of our beans from a company in Washington. And on the website, they will guide you with the flavors that they're looking for. And then based on your experience, and if you talk to other roasters, they'll give you a ballpark of where they put it. And then we'll go and then we will drink the coffee. And our goal from the onset is we want people to be able to come into our coffee shop and taste the flavors of Ethiopia Sidamu, and we have another Ethiopia Yirgacheffe, two different flavor profiles. And we want the average person to be able to experience that. So most of our roasts are medium roasts because a lot of them, the longer we go, the hotter we get the beans, it takes away from the flavor.
Yeah, how do you balance the flavor and the aroma and the consistency?
So I think one of my favorite stories to illustrate is probably my favorite is our Peruvian coffee because it has a nutty flavor and just a subtle nuttiness to it, and it's a great medium. But Krista and I were actually really lamenting over dropping it at 1 degree difference. We felt if we went 1 degree hotter, you really got a lot of acidity to it. And so we did a batch and we're like, okay, this is in the ballpark. Then we went less and we're like, oh yeah, this is good. And then we went up another degree and we're like, oh. And again, there are people who have a much more better palate than Krista and
On our staff.
and we get our employees as well, especially Darcy and Martin. They've been with us the longest and they're very knowledgeable. We lean on them and we'll get their opinion on it. And yeah, it's crazy how 1 degree for average palates makes. So I could only imagine the professionals, like the wine tasters, they have folks like that in the coffee world. And they'll slurp it. That's what cupping is. But it really, for us, it goes back to our mission of allowing people to pay a fair price for a great cup of coffee that they can taste Peru, they can taste Guatemala.
Yeah, to the degree where if we don't have their favorite, they leave. They want to come back when it's back in, and they don't want to try anything else because they can tell the difference. And that's the one they want.
It's good to create a loyal client base that really prefers certain product. That's neat. Yeah, how are coffee beans decaffeinated while preserving the flavor?
Yeah. So there's 4 common methods, and 2 are with the solvents. But like the gist of it is you put them in steamed water. And then after, that's where the 4 methods split off. So you open the pores of the green beans, and then what we use, it's a Swiss water process system that will take them after they've been steamed and put them in with charcoal, like the cranberry fields.
Like the activated charcoal. It abstracts the caffeine out of them.
Yep. And that's the least impact on the environment. Of the 4, the solvents, there's a direct and indirect. And again, you steam them, open up the pore, and then they use chemicals to remove them. Again, we're not here to slam on them or anything, but it's solvents that they're using. And then the last is carbon dioxide. I'm drawing a blank. CO2. And after they open the pores on the beans, that goes into the vat. And then that is what extracts the caffeine.
But the Swiss water process is the one that's best known for affecting the flavor of the bean the least, to where it's still going to have all its flavor once the caffeine is abstracted from it. It's kind of like it gets double soaked and then just the caffeine gets sucked out.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I had no idea how caffeine was taken out of the beans.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it like owning a business in downtown Wichita Falls?
It's endearing, it's heartwarming, and it's difficult. It's kind of like raising a kid. It's so hard, but man, you love it.
Yeah.
It's a whole community of supporters. It's a whole community of businesses. We all know each other. We all love each other. There's been times where we ran out of cups, and so we went to 8th Street Coffee, and they're like, here's some cups. And there were times where our espresso machine broke, and Collective Coffee, all the way on the other side of town, was like, here's our espresso machine. It's a whole community of people that really care about each other and care about downtown. And we have probably the best clientele I've ever seen in my life. After working in coffee for so many years, our clientele's amazing. They're our friends.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think just to add, so when COVID hit, the owner of 8th Street would come down.
She'd order drinks.
Yep, order drink.
We'd order their breakfast burritos.
Yep. Jessica from Frank and Joe's reached out to Krista to see how she was doing. Matt at the brewery.
He helped us formulate our ability to do canning, like canned lattes. And he let us use their machinery to test it out.
Which really helped us get through COVID, because we knew people weren't going to come in and just get their same drink every day. But after talking to Matt and allowing us to use his canning equipment before we purchased ours.
Yeah, and Martin was a big to-do with that.
Yeah.
He was the one that would go over and test the recipes.
And so then we were able to do 6-packs of our product. And Iron Horse, we were out of nitrogen.
And you couldn't get it during the lockdown. You couldn't get it anywhere. And it's like special food grade nitro to use on your cold brew. And they gave us theirs.
Yeah, and we never had a relationship with the owners of Iron Horse, but they were so gracious and kind. And that's really been our experience with the business owners in downtown is you come together.
Yeah, it is a great community like that. So a lot of people that come here to visit, they comment on how nice the people are, and even not just on a social level, but also on a business level as too. That's really great. Yeah. What opportunities do you see for other small business owners downtown?
So we've talked a lot. If someone would come in with a really nice, like, grocery store, because right across from us, they're allowing a lot of students from MSU to get apartments. And right now, the only stores are
like Dollar General type. Yeah,
they resemble like a gas station. But I think if someone came in,
or the farmers market on Saturdays, which, I mean, students, their Saturdays are not often spent shopping.
Right.
But if someone could come in with just a nice grocery store, it doesn't have to be big, but where people can get food, produce, I think that'd be great. But there's a lot of cool historic buildings for people to come and be part of the community.
There's been a lot of good growth downtown lately, and it's good to see. But there's still some room for improvement there, so that's good.
Downtown used to be a shopping hub back in the day, where people would travel specifically to shop downtown Wichita Falls, and it still has the personality of that. And if we can get people to embrace it and work with it and bring it back, it has potential.
Yeah, and we walk downtown at night to visit various restaurants. And I think there is, unfortunately, a stigma that hopefully people will test the waters before they make an assumption, but I've never felt endangered. The cops do a great job of patrolling the area. So,
yeah, we walk around with our kids.
Yeah, it feels pretty safe. And things aren't too far apart. It's not terrible for people to walk. Walk a little bit, get some exercise.
Yeah. Get some more shops down there, and then you can walk anywhere.
Yeah, right. You got Half Pint right next to axe throwing.
Yep.
And you got the brewery.
Yeah.
Plenty of places to try great food.
Yeah, 6th Street Winery.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice that they bring in musicians on Friday and Saturday night and play, so you can go to some of those places, listen to live music. That's great too. Yeah. How do you see the role that coffee plays in building community?
So I think at coffee shops, that's what they're there for. They're for people to come and feel free to gather, whether it's, we have a group that comes Saturday mornings at the Gideon International, and they have half the room. And then we have had in the past for homeschooling parents to come, like it's
military spouses.
Yeah, the Key Spouses group has come. It's just, I think that's the cool thing about a coffee shop is you get people from all walks of life to come and to sit and have a good cup of coffee and talk.
I don't know about you, but when we go visit places, one of the first things we look for is coffee.
Yeah. What do you see is next for the Duck Coffee Company?
So we've been talking a lot, and we want to focus on our wholesale side. And hopefully you'll be seeing our products in some grocery stores, potentially in the Dallas area.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, we think we got the product. It's just we're learning the different steps on how you get your product into a grocery store. They have to sample it. You got to mail it in. But that's where we're focused on, is building our brand and our wholesale side, and potentially looking at just ways to branch out and be useful to the community through different opportunities that come our way.
Yeah. Do you have any new offerings or collaborations in the works?
With your team on the 13th of December at the Duck.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, people can come. Free photo with Santa. We'll have Christmas cookies and hot chocolate, and then the Lockhart real estate, and See What I See is a photographer. Yeah, and it's
See What I See photo booths.
Yep, and of course, the end of the pumpkin spice latte will be ending, and our winter menu is coming up.
Black Friday.
Yep, Black Friday. Come get a butter.
No, the campfire mocha.
Campfire mocha?
That's the one.
All right.
Campfire mocha is going to be the flavor for...
That's everybody's favorite.
Is it really? Okay, so everyone's going to need to go and try that then, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. How can Wichita Falls residents help to support your mission?
I think come check us out. Get engaged. Go to the art walk when that comes back. That is huge for us and our friends, other entrepreneurs in the downtown area. Like,
check out the farmers market.
Yep, the farmers market. We got the smallest skyscraper, Wichita Falls, and just please come downtown. Give it a shot if you've never been downtown. Come to the shop Saturday morning, get a crepe and a coffee, and then walk around to the farmers market, and then plenty of other restaurants open up at that time. You can really make a day out of it by coming downtown.
What advice would you give to someone else that's in the military who's thinking about being an entrepreneur, opening their own business?
The military sets you up. It really does, to be a business owner. It gets you comfortable in the uncomfortable, and it gives you the skill set that you need. And then there's great program with the Small Business Association, Boots to Business. Get with your military family center. When they do the TAP program, part of it, you can spin off and do that. And they are looking to help veterans start their own business. There's a high success rate that they've seen when it's veteran owned. And The best advice I ever got was you're going to know when it's time to get out. Don't fight it. Just do it. Just do it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Thanks again, Chad and Krista, for being here. It was great talking to you. I learned things about coffee that I didn't know before. How would listeners connect with you for more information?
We're on Facebook, Instagram, and we love just talking to customers.
On
If the
Facebook, if
roaster's
they
going,
search the Duck Coffee Company, then
And
they
us.
find you, yes.
yep. And yeah, if it smells like bread's baking on 7th Street in Scott, it's because we're roasting. That's a lot of folks think that's what we're doing, making bread, and know we're roasting. And we'd love to have you in and sit down and talk more about coffee. Or if you're military, like I said, I just retired October 1st. I still love talking about it.
That's good. Is there anything else that you'd like to share before we wrap up?
Just one of the transitioning from the military to civilian life, I couldn't speak more highly of the SkillBridge program. And I would just encourage, if you're in the military, you're looking at getting out, it is a fantastic program. It allowed me to work with this company, Burke Royalty, who then they hired me after the program. And so it is different going from the military to a civilian job, but it's not that scary. Again, the military sets you up to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And so take advantage of those opportunities. And it's a great program. And I appreciate Burke Royalty for being a business that signed up to partner with the DoD on that.
Yeah, that's great. All right, so thank you. And to everyone listening out there, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Hopefully you picked up a few takeaways that you can use right here in Wichita Falls or wherever you are in North Texas. I appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us today, and we'll see you next time on the Falls Homefront. That wraps up another episode of the Falls Homefront. I trust today's conversation gave you some useful insight for your real estate journey and life here in North Texas. If you enjoyed it, follow the show so you never miss an episode. And subscribe on YouTube. And share it with a friend, neighbor, or fellow North Texan who might enjoy it too. For more resources, local insights, real estate tips, and how to connect with me, head over to timlockharthomes.com. Stay tuned for more stories, strategies, and connections that help you thrive in Wichita Falls and beyond.